Snarky. Please.
Greetings and welcome to Snarky Wizard. I am CYAN, and today we're gonna talk about The Good Son by You-Jeong Jeongs. I really enjoy this novel. It's addictive, interesting, twisted, loaded with tension and suspense. A woman is lying there in a pool of blood. Her throat was cut. But the scene doesn't scare you. On the contrary, it makes you feel alive. And it doesn't matter if the body belongs to your mother. Did you did it? Did you cross the line? But you are the good son, aren't you? So let's hit the road. En marcha. The plot. Yu-Jin, a 26 years old former swimmer with a 9 p.m. curfew, has been taking meds to control his seizures and memory losses almost all her life. He's tired of taking his meds and starts to skip them. One morning, he wakes up engulfed in a metallic smell, covered in blood, and finds his mother dead in the kitchen with her throat slit. He can't remember much about the night before. His head is full with woolly recollections that makes him a probable suspect, like the faint impression of his mother calling his name. But was she calling for help or begging for her life? He needs to uncover what happened that night and learns the truth about himself and his family. My snarky view. This book is an addictive psychological thriller that explores the mysteries of conscious and subconscious inside the mind of a good son and his unbalanced bond with his mother. The first chapter will grip your soul, then will make you feel spent, and finally will shake your core. Kind of spoilers ahead. The author is a skilled teller in portraying violence, gore, and the inside of a perturbed mind. Imagine you aren't quite well. You feel trapped in your life. Thanks to your medicines, you cannot touch your real potential. So you decide to stop taking them. And when you wake up, you're covered in blood. Tell me, this is not an amazing story. Within the first pages, you are going to be aware of the murder instincts of the protagonist. You will feel sick and pulled toward him. You know he's not a hero per se, but you cannot stop yourself to empathize with the despair of a man concerned into a life of conformity and with little freedom. I love how the author shows us the protagonist without hiding his dreadful characteristics. He, Yu-Jin, tells you he's a skilled liar and manipulator. He doesn't have average reaction to certain stimulus and love violence. He sees the world with a different lens, and his logic, reasoning, and honesty are perfect and twisted at the same time. Despite the book, you just want to keep going and find out how it will end and what will happen to our narrator. The family relationship is perhaps the most intriguing secret behind the story. The real mother that makes it moves. I did have a big problem with the auntie's diagnosis from the kid drawing of our protagonist. For me, this was completely unbelievable. The story set in South Korea would make the tale more interesting, lighting up the cultural difference and individual dynamics of other cultures. You won't find much mystery, meaning you will easily see the ending reveal coming. But the ride, damn, the ride is so freaking good that this detail will not bother you at all. This novel is considered thriller, fiction, mystery, horror, and crime. If you like I Am Not a Serial Killer, Red Dragon, Perfume, The Story of a Murder, A Clockwork Orange, and Before I Go to Sleep, you will like this novel. Favorite quotes or lesson from this novel? There are some people you just can't laugh. Even when they smile, they make you want to pull on either side of that smile and rip their mouth off. My hands, with which I had held food, touch things, caress the things I love, swim. The hands I have washed countless times, they were now weapons of murder. Who can you trust if you can't trust yourself? I suddenly realized what I was attracted to. I was attracted to someone feeling fear. Everything inside began to shake. I was at the border of another universe. I had no way of going back, nor did I have the willpower. There was no way to return once you had crossed a line you shouldn't. When you cross a prohibited line, there was not going back. There was nothing you could do but run and keep going. My mother and my aunt were my jailers. The meds were the ropes with which they tied me. In every important moment of my life, those ropes had tied me and knocked me down. I give this novel 5 of 5 Tesla light bulbs. Now I know why this novel is a best-selling thriller in South Korea. The story will pull you in and make you confront the evil inside yourself. Well, that was my Snarky Wizard review. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and why not join us and become Geek Paladins. Adios!
Snarky. Wizard.